So we're kicking it off with what should be a very exciting best of one elimination match between Snoopa and PSiArc. So we got Japan's best player in PSiArc playing under Koinu up against Snoopa right now. So Snoopa going straight on the production camps. I mean the economy buildings with his villagers. He can go with 2 straight on that mining camp. Picking his English up against... Actually, sorry, this is PSiArc up against... Oops, there we go, Snoopa. So Snoopa spawning here as the Rus. And he's already gone for his hunting cabin right on top of his woodline. Getting his lumber camp right next to it, because once you start chopping the trees, it doesn't matter. You've already locked in the initial gold income. So we're playing on Lipani. We've got English versus Rus. First game I got to cast was Rus versus Rus. On the other side of the bracket with Veggie versus Bakmagoon. And so now we've got Koinu, who is PSiArc. Like I said, he's Japan's best player up against Snoopa. So we've got 2 of the Golden League contestants facing off now in the zero effort tournament. In what should be crazy best of one. So these guys, one of them is going home after this game, and one of them continues on. So the winner will be playing the winner of Ingsoc and Veggie, which I think will be Veggie. The winner of that plays Dinky King. The winner of that plays Hut to have our champion. So the Rus player really incentivized to try and pull everything aggressive out in the map home and get the kills, because it'll generate him some gold. English player does not get that benefit. It's not part of his unique kit, but in saying that, if he can put a stop to his enemy killing deer around the map, it does reduce the amount of gold that the Rus player has in the early game. So we'll just basically generate it free, so they'll even be a bit more risky with their scout out in the map trying to get these kills. So PSiArc a little unlucky to not find a hunt over this side to steal off Snoopa. Well, Snoopa, meanwhile, bringing his scout back, he's going to get these last 2 wolves that he's found. It's another 50 gold for him. So he's already got 300 in the bank, which is plenty. So he's actually got double what PSiArc's got, who's actually been gathering gold with his villagers at the moment. But the trade-off is the hunting cabins are more expensive and take longer to build. And so do your forts, but your forts are stronger individually, and I don't think the other... Oh, the other civs can make theirs in Age 1. But yeah, there's passive gold gen as well as hunting bounty gold generation. There is a difference in the landmarks. So Koinu hasn't even gone for any landmarks yet. With English can sort of delay theirs in favor of these really fast farms. So English hunting, I mean English farming is actually, I think, just as efficient as hunting before upgrades. And then once that like town bell thing goes off and you get the bonus gathering, it's even better.
Here worked.
So 3 scouts out now in the field for Snoopa versus the 1 for PSiArc, who really just wants to find a couple more sheep. Maybe if he can disrupt a wolf or find a hunt, but he's a little bit too slow on these other hunts. So Snoopa already going to go for the stables, but PSiArc's here to give it a scout. Perfect timing with that, so you know all about that. So Snoopa's seeing the council hall coming out, so there'll be some quick archers following up to this. And there's no barracks for Snoopa yet, because I suppose if it's only horsemen, no knights, as long as you're fighting under your town centre and with numbers, you're not going to be too badly off. But he will eventually probably have to get his own stables or barracks. PSiArc. So Colonial's got these guys. Oh, he was just waiting for the resources to throw something down, eh? So already going for second town centre. Koinu's shuffled his resources through the golden gate, converting 200 gold for 300 stone. So we can go for an early second town centre. And just look at harassing with some horsemen around the map, putting the pressure on the English player. While Koinu, at the moment, I don't think he's even added any bows just yet, only just now adding that second house. Third house, I should say. So Snoopa looking to put pressure on the gold mine, but there's already an outpost there, so Koinu can just garrison and retreat. And force Snoopa to retreat once he backs out these fields. So he does force the garrison, but does lose the horseman and the scout in the process. Meanwhile over here, he's trying to go for a boar, Snoopa, but PSiArc's seen what's going on, come in to harass. And there's a fortress and cabin going up in the cabin. Nice spot to trigger a little bit of gold as well for the Rus player. So Snoopa in a nice spot, and it's really forcing Koinu to have to look at expanding his military options, or actually getting some military, because really all he's done is pump a couple of scouts out of the town centre. But now he's going to get a pair of stables. Because fighting with scouts versus horsemen and scouts isn't going to be winnable. The council hall hasn't yet started actually producing any longbowmen. So I suppose he doesn't actually want to. Until he can force Snoopa to have to get some infantry or something. Or get that many horsemen while he gets his own cavalry or spearmen that he can sneak some in. But you never really want to just blindly field them with no front line. They're just going to die. Because against heavy infantry or against anything cavalry, if that cavalry gets on top of them, they just can't fight cost effectively. So Snoopa trying to find an opportunity. While at the same time he's got some nice cabins. This one's not really generating any gold. Only 2 a minute, but this one's getting 17, so that's not too bad. It'll pay for itself in about 6 minutes. Assuming it lives that long and the game goes on that long, you know. And the best ones that give you about 30 gold, you know, you're looking at about, 3 minutes 20 or so for it to pay for itself. Which, you know, you shouldn't spam like 5 or 6 in the early game, but if you can put down 1 or 2, like going for the boar like this actually sort of half takes advantage of the gold amount, as well as giving you access to so much food. There's already an Abbey coming out for the Rus. So he'll be able to start going. But there was already... I missed this. PSiArc had managed to cram out the King's Palace already, so he's able to actually produce villages out of it. Very nice for him. Catching up in terms of the town centre count. So in terms of the incomes though, Snoopa does have that Vil lead over his opponent. But now there's knights out in the field for PSiArc, having gotten the age 3 a little bit quicker. Look at putting the pressure on, forcing these spearmen of Snoopa to come to him. But he's not going to be able to stick around, and unlike French, he's not going to have easy healing for them. He's going to have to make a couple of monks. So PSiArc already on the job with grabbing the relic. I think he's going to go for that over trying to go for the sacred site. It's just the definitely the easier decision because you can pick it up and run back home, get the gold instantly. Whereas the sacred site, you've got to defend it. Your opponent knows about it, and it's going to, you know, alert them for like a minute before you actually capture it. So going for the relic already. Well, there is a warrior monk on the way for Snoopa. And he already has spears here to defend. Good job. The warrior monk. It's sort of like a knight monk. So, going to be a little bit faster than a regular monk. Going to be able to actually fight back as well. Can they convert? I think they can just... Yeah, no, they can convert as well. But they've got a hold of relic. I think everything's got a hold relics to convert. It's already a spear here to defend, but there's 2 knights, so they're going to pick him off. Be able to harass these Vils. PSiArc also harassing elsewhere around the map where he can, but at the same time, Snoopa's already snuck some knights able to try and cover for these relics over on the left side of the map. He's going to pick that one off. So there's 1 relic to... Did he not garrison that one yet? Oh, here we go. So there is 2 relics garrison for PSiArc. Snoopa has possession of another, and he's bringing another one home. And the safest one at all for PSiArc is nice and well enough alone at the back of his base. Wonder if he's going to look at grabbing that one, or if Snoopa is going to be able to pinch it. Because I mean, if any civ's going to pinch a relic out of the back of your base like that, it'll probably be Rus. But perhaps this is a bait. So, ooh, that monk. Only just now noticing that Snoopa's already been here. Snoopa was here. Snoopa was here. But in saying that, the warrior monk trying to wrap around and pinch that final relic, perhaps baited, and PSiArc's going to be able to take that out, having picked off a couple of villages out of Snoopa's base as well. So PSiArc definitely ahead with that kill count, but I think this is definitely the more aggressive side of the matchup when they're going to play like this. Because the Rus player later on the age 3 going to have the slower access to the knights, and they can sort of afford to do so. They've got the faster monks, so the English player is sort of pushed into having the quick rage 3 because of that fact, because if they get it at the same time, well, they're slower monks that can't fight back, that aren't on foot, that are on foot, are just going to get stomped by the warrior monks. To the sacred site being converted by Snoopa, while Kunu disrupting Snoopa's little wall off here. 3 villagers should get this up faster, means that pretty much all will go up, but at the same time that it's going to be a couple of kills for the English player. Oh, it's only a scout. Okay, never mind. I thought it was a knight. PSiArc getting some outposts of his own, but Snoopa's taking a big fight here, and he's got a good surround on all the bowmen here. He's going to pick them all off, and he does have some spears in there to make that really unattractive for the knights to try and stick around, even if they are going to fight in pretty much even numbers. There's a warrior monk in the mix as well. There is some MAAs here, so the man-at-arms going to be really good against the spearmen because it's going to force Snoopa to have to micro onto the knights. And there's going to be crossbowmen coming in as well, so high damage for a ranged unit against the knights. Much better damage than the longbowmen. And they are going to be slightly tankier against knights, other than the charge attack, I think. So Snoopa ultimately having to back off, but I think that was a pretty valuable trade for him. He pretty much completely undid all the losses he'd had early game. So PSiArc's initial harass sort of now negated by Snoopa's pretty solid push into him there. And Snoopa's already got set up with his walling off on this side of the map, while PSiArc, having been denied his ability to even take this front outpost. Snoopa's got his. It's still pretty even, I think. So there should be a total income, because it's pretty hard to sort of just tell who's better off. My math's not good because they're going to change slightly. What's that? 19, 22, 25, 16, 23. So slightly better eco here for PSiArc than Snoopa at the moment. But Snoopa seems to have a nice unit comp from the end of that fight. And like, the crossbowmen are great against the knights. They're going to force this back, but that is a bit of a slow army comp. So he's sort of going to be on the back foot here, and he's having to wall in only a fairly small segment of the map. I mean, it's probably enough if he markets in each corner of it, or if he takes one, I guess, back here or something. Runs to here. Snoopa's going to be able to harass him around the map, but in saying that, Snoopa hasn't really got any walls over on this left-hand side at all, so he's quite open and exposed. And if PSiArc can get on these villages while they're this far from the... Snoopa's got to remember he needs to throw up the hunting cabin over here. So, in a way, this is sort of shown him something he forgot about to macro on. Garrison a few more vills there. So this, if anything, this slightly cleans up a hole in Snoopa's eco, because he actually saw that he had missed the hunting cabin. Like, what he must have done was rallied the vills over here when he didn't have the wood, thinking, oh yeah, I'll wait till I get done 100 wood, and then forgotten about it once he did. But yeah, so Koinu really only getting a vill or two there. And now these knights are going to pretty much all fall for free. Snoopa doing a good job of picking off most of them there. But Koinu's using the opportunity to try and push this other sacred site. So PSiArc's sacred site, and he's even going to get a keep on top of it. Well, Snoopa's taking this one up in the top corner. I'm not sure if either of these civs actually get any benefit out of holding sacred sites. I think that's more of like a Delhi and Abbasid thing. Maybe HRE. I can't remember. I think Mongols too, maybe. I'm just pretty sure that English, French, and Rus, the three civs that I play because they're boring and conventional, they don't get any benefit out of holding sacreds other than the fact that, oh no, there you go, they do periodically generate stuff. How much do they generate? Is it like as much as a relic? I don't know, I'll have to look it up. That shows how much I know about this game. Anyway, PSiArc having taken out that fortress, he could probably even take out the hunting cabin. I mean, it's nothing huge. But at the same time, I guess he wants to back up on this fight over here. Not give Snoopa the chance to push into his base and kill a bunch of villagers because it looks like he might be able to do just that. Ooh, he's trying to go for the monks, but PSiArc with a nice garrison there. Snoopa having to retreat slightly here, so now PSiArc slightly pulling ahead in terms of the kills. Ooh, and Snoopa's left some vills up here gathering, which he needs to bring home. He's got a good number of crossbowmen here, so this should make the man-at-arms retreat. There's already a trebuchet in play for PSiArc, but Snoopa's going to try and beeline onto it, and he is going to be able to snipe it pretty quickly. Man-at-arms creeping up forward means they're not blocking for the crossbowmen, and while the crossbowmen trade a lot better than longbowmen against knights, you still want some sort of front line on them. And I mean, the men-at-arms, once they got armor upgrades, are perfect, because for all the fact that they don't do any bonus damage against the knights, they've got a hell of a lot more armor than the range units and then the longswords, than the spearmen. It's going to be a great tank. This is nice because it means that it should be easy once he remembers he's got the monks there for Koinu to take this sacred site. You could even possibly look at taking this one here and force Snoopa to have to try and fight over here or throw up a fortress. So we've got a forward keep here for Snoopa. He wants to make sure he can control this stone mine and prevent his opponent from mining it, even though he can't mine it. Well, I think he can only just mine it without Koinu being able to attack him. At least this way he can do the same. In fact, I think he's slightly closer and might be able to deny the area a little bit better. So PSiArc creeping up with the walls now. They're getting a good number of trebs to look at pressuring his opponent's keep, but Snoopa's managed to creep through just in time, kill off a lot of the wall building villagers and snipe a couple of the trebuchets. But now that he's backing out, PSiArc sent even more villagers to get this built, so he should be able to actually get all this put down. Yeah, he will do. Very tidy stuff there from the Japanese player. There's not a lot in this game. They're very, very close. Very good match, these two. Oh, but Snoopa's slightly behind in terms of the score. In terms of eco, yeah, Koinu is starting to pull ahead. I think there might only be the 2 town centers there. Not sure who's up in terms of eco tax. So Snoopa's going to try and take that 3rd sacred site. And PSiArc hasn't actually captured this middle one just yet. Oh, this is a big number of knights here. A lot of upgrades on them too. And there's even a warrior monk in amongst them. So after it attacks, it must boost enemy ally attack. Sorry, I'm not really a guru with the game just yet. I'd like to achieve guru status though. That's a big number of crossbowmen, and there's only trebs for siege at the moment, so there's not really any mangonels to really threaten them. So I think Snoopa should be able to hold off and push Koinu here, because at the meanwhile he's actually got a huge number of knights at the back of his opponent's base, but there's already a stack of crossbowmen to deal with this. So PSiArc eventually pushing Snoopa back, but Snoopa's going to be able to pick off a whole bunch of gold gatherers of his opponents here, but not without a big cost to his knights. So I don't know if that raid was worth it, but actually over here he's managed to split off some of the knights, and this will be more worthwhile, forcing more gatherers off the resources. But now the knights are going to get picked off as they run past the crossbows. And PSiArc's going to try and creep forward with the towers, little bit by little bit. His own trebuchets are making it very difficult for Snoopa to want to push forward with any buildings. But Snoopa's still controlling a sacred site, so not sure how often it generates that 16 gold. Sometimes you got to ask yourself, is it worth holding on to? So there is a treb now for Snoopa, but there's already 4 of them here for Koinu. And he's got 2 keeps. In fact, that's his imperial landmark, the Berkshire Palace. He's getting more warrior monks and knights. Oh, more warrior monks. Actually, sorry, that's Snoopa. If I go... What's he got here? Sorry, the UI is a bit confusing in this one about who's got what in queue, because it's sort of based on who you've got selected up here, not what you've actually got selected. So this is an interesting little outcrop here. Ooh, so the trebs are creeping forward, pinching more and more buildings off Snoopa. I wonder if he's got the upgrades queued out of that workshop, but over here everything's laid to waste. That one of the hunting cabins is going to fall too. Going to be able to secure the sacred. Snoopa's going to try and wall up as quick as he can, and he's going to have to be fast. He does get it in time, so PSiArc deciding, no, actually, I'll keep pushing. Some forward outposts here. There's not a lot of military here and to defend this for PSiArc, so he's going to have to play this cautiously and wait till the outposts go up. But there's already that trebuchet there of Snoopa, so he's going to be able to lay waste to that pretty quickly. So another tower falls, and over here, Snoopa's going to have to try and repair this wall, but okay, there's only man-at-arms. I was going to say, if there was crossbowmen, they'd be able to chip away at the villagers while they repair, and make it a real pain. I mean, you've got to bring your own ranged. So a bit of a fight going on now, but PSiArc's definitely got the advantage in the siege here, so this treb should fall pretty quickly. And all the men-at-arms just cut through the knights. So men-at-arms... yeah, men-at-arms crossbowman versus crossbowman knight really going the way of PSiArc. But in saying that, he does have the upgrade lead over his opponent as well. With +7 damage and +3 armor versus +2 armor and +2 damage. So PSiArc looking to knock on the door of the opponent. Snoopa's going to have to try and take out some of this siege if he can, because otherwise he's going to lose a lot of buildings. So he's going to try and snipe the trebs, but it is going to mean just about all of these crossbowmen are going to fall. Does have some Streltsies in the mix. He has managed to get his own Age 4 behind this, and he has added in some more Knights. And the Streltsies are going to be great against pretty much everything, I think, 1-to-1. So now that Snoopa's managed to be able to take to them, he should be able to take a much nicer fight than he was able to take earlier. Even with the slight upgrade disparity, if he can just mass up the Streltsies, turn this one around. But PSiArc's really hemmed him into a corner now, and well, I missed this down here. There's a couple of men-at-arms sent to raid, and it's really cleared out the villagers down there. They've all had to be evacuated by Snoopa over this side of the map and over to here on the gold mine. But Streltsies, I think, need wood, don't they? Oh no, they are a food gold unit. So as long as Snoopa can keep massing up units to max out, I think he can push out from here. But PSiArc is keeping the pressure on in multiple angles, which is great because it's really keeping Snoopa busy, making it hard to try and mass up any units in here to try and push back out of this. Streltsies he needs. And there is hand cannoneers coming in for PSiArc, and GG, well played. PSiArc goes through to the next round. Nicely done, guys. Unfortunately, Snoopa is out of the tournament. GG, well played, guys.